Hey, welcome back to another week. Yeah. Got Corey, Chris, Jeff, and Dave.
And the mighty Kevin is here as well.
And the mighty Kevin. Yeah, hear him in the background there. Yeah, he's about 5 pounds of too damn loud.
Fury.
Yeah, fury.
Bark, bark.
Yeah. He's a great little fella. He really is. Oh, he's under the table, ain't he?
Nice. He's right here. He's on the AstroTurf.
Yeah, he's looking.
He wants to play ball.
Yeah, he's looking for his fucking ball.
Yeah.
He was put on earth just to chase a damn ball. I wish I was put on earth for that.
You want to chase balls around? Is that?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
That's it.
If it squeaks, fucking throw it.
At least Kevin knows his purpose.
I know, right? Yeah.
So Dave's back with us again. We got a return offender.
Yes.
Amen.
Who can believe it?
Offender. Yeah, 2 weeks in a row. That's good, man.
I'm a glutton for punishment. I really am.
Yes, you are. I guess you are.
We got people down at the. We could have called people in a hurricane.
Oh, yeah.
We had it all going. We could have been like Dave was saying in the audio test. He was saying we could have been like what was it
on location?
On
like
location.
we're branching out. We're giving weather reports from the eye of the storm.
The eye of the storm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know where it's at now. It's going up through Arkansas and all that right now. But he's down in I think Austin or down in sort of toward Corpus and Galveston and all that. So yeah, he's a chef that I grew up with and really good guy, man. Raphael Rogers, man, he's a great dude. Shout out to Laura Mays this week, Laura Mays Barbecue. Hey, if you were there last week, man, we really appreciate you. It was a hot ass week last week, God almighty. But
and the mac and cheese bowls were on point.
Oh, were they?
You put some of that buffalo chicken sauce in there.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, that was 3 meals in one mac and cheese bowl.
Yeah.
It was so freaking hot you couldn't eat to begin with, but it was so good. I brought it home. I ate some. I stuck it in the fridge. I got it out. I microwaved it.
Probably wasn't bad cold.
It wasn't bad cold, but I'm telling you, it was just I just kept eating it.
Yeah.
It was so good.
Yeah, that's the problem with barbecue right now. Everything's fucking hot around us anyway, and of course, barbecue's hot. You know?
But breakfast sandwiches are the bomb every day.
I do run, on occasion I'll run some cold, sandwiches like my smoked roast beef, but that's what I call it.
Now the mayor told me I haven't done them yet, but because I've done the ham, egg, and cheese and the bacon, egg, and cheese.
Yeah.
But he told me that the sausage, egg, and cheese is the absolute bomb sandwich.
That's the one.
So that's what I'm getting next.
Yeah. Everybody likes the sausage up there. That's good. Yeah.
It's got to be hotter than hell in that stand.
It is, yes, it is hard.
He's prepping for the afterlife.
Is that what it is?
The gates of hell. We ain't knocking on heaven's door out here. I'm just telling you. Yeah, the gates of hell is what that is.
I'll be holding them open for you.
I mean, when we go up on the weekend, but we're there for, hell, call it from 6 to 3 at latest, and it's only hot from like 11 to 3.
Yeah,
so
it's only 4 hours.
Yeah, 4 hours of hell.
What's 4 hours among friends?
And it goes by quick, most of the time. So that's good. Yeah. But this week is Armadillo Week, speaking of hot. So that's my stuffed jalapeno peppers. And then I wrap that in sausage. Then I wrap that in bacon. And then we shape them like an egg and smoke them. So, yeah, come up and get some of those. They're only going to last as long as they last because people come in by the quintillions and buy them. So, yeah, they don't last long. They're so damn time consuming, but they're so damn good, man. They make a good dipper. If you got some ranch or something like that to dip them in, that's the way I eat them. I love them with ranch, and I don't know. It's a family. It's a family.
This is Satan. I'd like to put an order in for Saturday.
For some devil balls.
I'd like some devil balls with extra sausage.
Yeah, well, just come up and get them, buddy. We'll customize them every how you want them. Yeah.
Don't stay long.
Yeah. Well, Dave being the guest this week, how was your week? Was it hot? Was it just stupid? Was it crazy? What went on with your week? Pretty good?
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty good.
Same old shit.
I'm saying same old shit.
Yeah.
I had a nice weekend. Hanging out with you guys and stuff
It was,
like that, hanging with some friends.
It was a good weekend. Dave and Robert came out for porch beer, so it was an unplanned porch beer event.
Yeah.
Those are typically the disaster events.
Yeah.
because you think you're really just coming out for a beer or two. And then, with the new kegerator and the half keg of Keystone Light that was on planned purchase.
And you hadn't kicked that yet?
No, but
that
there
was
can't
the
be
goal.
much left because I'm going to tell you what, we were committed. Was that Saturday night? I don't remember what night it was. I think it was Saturday.
It had been Saturday night because I worked Monday. So, that was Saturday
night. And
it
was... Dave kept saying I need to stop, and Robert kept saying, "Well, I'm driving. You're good." And it just deteriorated from that point in time.
I love it.
So when you have a driver, things never go well.
It always goes well. That's how you want it.
I had a great time. Yeah, we were sitting by the pool. It's hot as hell again this weekend. So he texted us up and said, "Come on over." I said, "We'll be there."
Right. Isn't that a view?
Oh my God, yeah. I love it. I've been through that area, but never actually to that house up on top of the valley. That is quite the view.
It's quite the view. Yeah.
And he was telling me he could actually see the Bloomfield fireworks from his house.
We watched them.
And that blew my mind away.
Yep. We watched them in the rain.
Yep. Yeah, it was unbelievable. And I've been there, I think, 21 years. Every year I've watched them.
That's cool shit.
Every single year. That's amazing. It's 15 miles as a crow
But
flies.
you know what really amazed me about watching that? I thought it would have been more to the right, and it was just
straight down the valley. Straight down the valley.
It really was.
Yep.
Yeah. I really thought it would have been way over, and I thought I had a tree in my way, but no, they were over there. That was a good night. Yeah. Had the mayor out that night. That was good. Yeah.
Yeah, but unfortunately, we did not kick the keg.
Yeah.
And I still got to the point now I could almost miss my seat sitting down because good God, we're like probably 4 pitchers deep at this point. So I'm like, I got to get him. No, Robert's driving. So, so I kept on drinking.
And just kept going. Yeah. And then, after he left, Elisa was like, she was pretty wound up. So she stuck around for one more pitcher. And then at like 10:40, she stands up and she goes, I'm done. And I'm sitting there with James and I'm thinking, the smart thing to do right now would be to go to bed.
Yeah.
Well, I went in and got another pitcher. And James said, I guess you're drinking out on your own. I said, okay. So I'm drinking a pitcher and I'm sitting there in the porch and I got done and it was like an hour later and I had to go pee. And apparently I forgot that I went in to pee and thought I went in to fill up the pitcher again.
Oh.
So I came back out with a full pitcher. Yeah. And I still had to pee. So then I peed in the front yard. James said, I thought you were going in to go to the bathroom. I said, well, apparently we're gonna have another pitcher of beer while we're sitting out here. Well, and now it's like 12:10, and I'm like, huh. So I'm working on this pitcher. Yeah, I get to like 1:15, and I'm still like halfway into this pitcher, and I'm like, I can't do it. Like I just gotta. I did it. I phoned it in. I dumped the pitcher in the yard. I jumped half a glass of beer in the yard. I know it was alcohol abuse, but I was like, what in the hell? And James looks at me. He goes, I don't think I've ever seen you dump a pitcher of beer out before. I said, all I wanted to do half an hour ago was go take a piss.
Well, I mean, you get that late at night.
It was
confusing and stuff.
But it was a good night. It was a good night.
I had a great time.
Yeah.
And that, of course, by the time the sun goes down, the weather cools off. Beautiful night.
Yep. And like I said, the damn view. I've seen more rainbows sitting on that fucking front porch. I swear to God, I've seen half my life.
So you know where we saw those deer?
Yeah.
There's always rainbows over there when it rains, and a lot of times you'll see 2 of them side by side.
Yeah.
So every time you're out there, like if it rains, you see rainbows. Like I've probably seen 1,000 of them since we moved out there.
I'm telling you what.
Lucky Charm Ranch.
Yep.
I'm waiting to go over there, and we're just going to see some UFOs before it's over. It ain't going to be
absolutely.
I've seen everything else. I know, right? I know Corey's in on that. Yeah. How was how's your week starting?
Yeah.
Now, we had a good weekend, too.
Here we go. Here we go.
Great segue.
Yep. Let's talk about Davey Jeep.
Well, me and Laura went over to their house and jumped in the goddamn pool after that hellish day Saturday, and at the stand, I was so done and cooked. I mean, cooked. And when I got in that fucking pool, man, it was just like, this is it.
You got drunk as hell.
Well,
he told me he only had 10 beers. That's what he told me.
He blamed somebody else for drinking his beer.
No, I brought 12 natty bows. I brought 12 natty. Was I blaming other people drinking my beers?
Yeah, you said Scott drank all your beer. Put the empties in your cooler.
Well, but I didn't eat all day.
Sons of bitches.
Plus, I sweated all that shit out. If there were any toxins in my body, buddy, let me tell you what. I started brandy new with new natty bows in my blood.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was a good night, though.
Then we followed it up with the impossible task of making ribs in very short time.
Oh my God! But they were so good.
Yeah.
They were so good. So I, anybody that's made like baby back ribs knows it's a process. It takes time. Well, Elisa went to the store on Sunday, the hot tub day that you got her hot tub order.
Yeah.
And Corey and Missy called. And they're like, "Come on in." Elisa's like, "I have ribs." I'm like, "Well, we don't have time to make them." Well, not only did we not have time to make them, but they were frozen.
One of them.
So Elisa brings these ribs in, and Corey puts them on the grill, and I'm like, "This is gonna be like chewing on shoe leather." I'm telling you, they were like
falling off.
They weren't falling off the bone, but they were perfect. They had a really good consistency to them, and when you pulled on them, they pulled right off the bone.
Yeah,
What
they were
flavor did you do?
fantastic.
Huh?
What flavor was that?
Oh, they had this chocolate syrup
So
on
I did
and
the
that
chocolate
dry
syrup,
rub. Oh
and
my God!
Then I used the
Peanut butter. Tell me it's peanut butter.
no,
Did
no.
you
I did
not?
them both. I did them both with chocolate. So I did them chocolate, and then first I hit them with this seasoning I got that has like jalapenos in it,
Yeah. Spice it up.
and then I used the sweet and smoky.
Oh.
Yeah, he killed
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
They were out of this world.
Yep.
And then when I wrapped
never had
them,
a bad
I
rib.
pulled them. How I made them in what, an hour and a half?
Yeah, it was. It wasn't 2 hours.
God. Did you wrap them?
I pulled them off at 150,
Yeah.
wrapped them, and then pulled them off at 205.
How hot was that, though? How hot were you cooking? What was the grill?
Yeah, it was between 3 and 325.
Yeah, man. Mm-hmm. You can do ribs like that, I think, any old way. Now they're doing brisket like that.
And then I put cut up chunks of cherry and threw in
Oh, yeah.
while
yeah.
it was smoking. So
Yeah, a little bit of smoky greatness.
It was fantastic.
Yeah, sounds amazing.
so then you fast forward to Sunday, and that was work on Jeep day.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Get my ass kicked by it.
Yeah, well,
Well, the good news is you got everything done that you went for.
Then I took
and
it
it
to
didn't
work.
solve the problem that was there.
Yeah, I took it to work Monday to grind the axle out.
yeah,
Got that out. Got it all back together tonight. Still makes the same noise.
yeah.
That's the damnedest thing.
So what day you took it down to 4?
Yes. Well, it's whatever it's called now. I can't remember.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's
CO,
4.
okay.
Yeah. And they said that's front axle. So that's what we bought and figured out. So
This is a
That's
dealer?
yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Yep.
But that replaced it and still makes some noise.
That was probably the hardest. I mean, I've put a lot of front axles in cars.
Yep.
That was probably by far the hardest one.
Was it because it was worn out?
You know how there's a 32 millimeter nut that holds it on?
Yep.
That 32 millimeter nut was gone. I could literally put a 1-inch socket on it to get
Where'd
it
it
together.
go? Did it just grind out from the axle?
No idea. It was just insane.
Maybe
So
that's what's in the transfer case.
I did have nuts in there on
Some say, you don't need that throw in the transfer case.
So I was like, what the hell am I gonna do? So I ended up taking a cutoff wheel on my grinder and just like cutting it down to the point where I could
Get a socket on it.
not get a socket on it, but to try to get it out. And I was like, well, fuck it. So
You know what
I'm
I'm
just
thinking?
gonna I cut the axle off, took the whole knuckle, and then used a belt sander at work to sand the rest of the nut and the shaft off so I could get the axle out.
Wow.
And at the point of him cutting off the axle, he sends a picture to Robert. Robert saying, "Oh, holy fuck! At least I wasn't still driving that thing around. The axle just broke in half, not knowing that he actually."
Yeah. No, it wasn't breaking half. I broke it in half.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
But now you had the transfer case was that before you bought it? It was
So I bought it in 2015.
so that was done in 2017. Then
Yes.
the transfer case.
Yes.
Okay, so reckon they put another axle in there with that 25 millimeter nut on there and put the wrong axle in.
I don't know.
I know.
I want to badmouth people too because
that's very possible.
I know.
That's very possible.
You would see. I mean, it would eat that nut to shit, and that would cause all kind of crap.
Well, the sons
to me,
the sons of bitches stole my Oakleys out of my Jeep too. Went in there. Oh yeah, I was live at that place.
Who did it?
I'm up there in Schaefer's.
Oh,
is that the one up there in Port Royal?
Mexico.
Oh yeah, Mexico. Well, Port Royal. Yeah.
It quite pissed me off. Wow. And of course you go up there. Where's my Oakleys at? I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm curious about that now. So when I get it, I'm going to take it tomorrow, put it up on the lift, and have the wheels going to see where this noise is coming.
Yep.
But I'll pull the right side back off and check that axle nut. If it's a 32, that's the original one. But literally, the one, it was gone. Like,
is that what it calls for? It calls for a 32.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I say. Ain't no reason why.
Yeah, because the new one it came was a 32.
Yeah, a 1 inch is a 25. So.
And that was a pain in the ass too, because I get on a full nut and it got tight. I'm like, why the hell is this thing not going? Spinning on. Nope, I ran that thing on with a snap-on 3/4 inch impact.
I think the transfer case is good. I think there's other problems.
I sure as hell hope so. $3,000 for that thing.
You figure
just for the case?
Brand new one. Used one they want. Well, it's down to $4. They quoted me about a year ago because my local garage thought it was maybe a transfer case. So I just asked them how much it costs, and they said about $1,500 for aftermarket when a used one, that is, and plus labor costs, you're looking around $3,000. Of course, the brand new one would be about $3,000 just for the part. Then you got to put labor into that as well.
You got to look at Rock Auto. There's no way it's $1,500.
I know, because how many hours is that for?
Where they get you as a labor.
I know, but
I'm sure.
Like they would they quote you to put the axle on?
The quote for the axle was $1,300.
That's labor.
That's the axle costs $150.
$150
at Fremont.
That's
$150. And I'll guarantee you that they're buying that from Fremont at $150 and charging you $300.
I guarantee it. I guarantee it.
And then there's $1,000 in labor.
I put one in a minivan just like the one I got out here on the side of a highway. Yeah, and it was still back 20 years ago. It was about that price, about $150. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't understand the whole where the noise is coming from. Because when we took it for a drive, you guys thought it was the right front, and I'm like, I hear it in the left front. Like it's the whole front end. Like you can hear it, but when you're driving, you can really hear it from the left front.
So tell me this: is it set up like a front wheel drive? And then there's a drive shaft that runs to the back.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's where you lose me. Yeah. Because out of the back ass end of that damn transfer case, there could be a seal. All right. So there's no dripping, right? Okay. So it's not leaking.
Nope.
But why are the splines? Why couldn't the splines on that damn drive shaft running to the rear end not be compromised somehow too?
And see, like I said,
that'd be a rare thing.
There is a little bit of play in the left front wheel, like side to side.
But that's probably a ball joint or something else, right?
Well, that's what he said.
Not drive shaft.
Yeah.
Not drive shaft. I'm thinking maybe a wheel bearing. But if it's a wheel bearing, it's going to do it all the time.
Yeah, it wouldn't do it just under power.
It's not going to do it under load. And as soon as you let off the gas, it's not going to go away.
No.
You'll hear clunking, in your wheel bearings and things like that. But you ain't going to. On bumps, but you ain't gonna hear that under power taking off like he did. And it didn't even do it till, he was coming out of it and it started doing it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what it sounded like to me.
Any type of load on it.
Yep. Well, it didn't. Yeah. It was almost like he was cutting out of the load. So I don't know.
Like I said,
I think we'll
take it tomorrow and I'll stay after work and put it up on the lift. And
I appreciate you doing it, like seriously, because I don't know shit about this.
Because I jacked it up. Spun the wheels, couldn't get it to do nothing. Put it in neutral, spun the wheels individually. When it's in neutral, you can easily spin one wheel and the other one doesn't. But when it's in park, as soon as you spin one, the other one's spin in the opposite direction. I'm back and forth. There is play in it. Natural play that I think. Like if you take the wheel and you go like this, there's play to the other side.
Well, but I agree with you.
There's natural play in it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like nothing to me seems out of the ordinary.
Yeah, that's weird.
And like I said, as stupid as it sounds like there's something laying in the bottom of the transfer case. And it doesn't sound metal to me either. Like it's not like a metal sound.
Well, just like I was saying, there's a sensor in there. And the bottom of that, if there's a sensor that plugs into the top half of that transfer case, because there's got to be some sensor in that transfer case, right? Because even though it's all-wheel drive, you've got a way to go into 4-low, right?
No,
I do not.
There's got
low gear.
There's got to be a sensor somewhere,
not like your typical.
So it can send more to one wheel.
Yep.
And almost like limited slip.
Yeah, like a limited slip.
Yeah.
In
it
the
does
front
have
end.
that.
Yeah.
And it does have traction control.
But it don't have 4-low.
Traction control off.
Wow.
That might be a good idea and see if it does anything.
Leave a comment. What do you think it is? And tell me this. Now, that is a Jeep what? Grand Cherokee?
Grand Cherokee.
That's the 2011 Jeep Grand Cherokee. It's the 70th anniversary edition.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
This is why I like cars that you put in 4-wheel drive.
That's it. Yeah. Lock them in, baby.
I don't want to push a button.
I'm telling you,
that's not even that. It's all-wheel drive all the time.
Yeah,
Yep.
which is handy dandy, especially up here. But I don't mind getting out in the mud and just locking my front tires in. I'm still that old dude, but yeah. But I don't know nothing about how that motor's set in there sideways, and that's a front wheel drive.
It's not sitting sideways.
Well, how the hell is that damn locked in on that damn transfer case that close to the damn motor?
It comes off the side of the
off the transmission. Yeah,
So-
it comes
so
off the
it comes-
transmission. It's a direct feed off the transmission to the front end.
Yeah, I'd have to look at that. Because so your motor is sitting right over your front tires.
It's like a standard 4-wheel drive.
Yeah.
The only difference is that it never locks in. It's always in. It's a standard 4-wheel drive system. It comes off the transmission and goes to that front transfer case.
So
the
the
only difference is it's always in.
Yeah. And there's only one drive shaft.
There's a drive shaft to the rear end.
There's a drive
and
shaft.
then there's a drive shaft off the front.
Yeah.
The transmission
Well, that's
to the
what I
front
was saying.
differential.
So why can't you just take that damn front drive shaft off altogether? Is that going to screw your back drive shaft?
I don't know.
Is that between
the transmission?
Well, okay. So is the front drive shaft?
Yeah, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, I'd have to get on there and look at it. Because any other 4-wheel drive car is going to have a transmission. And
yeah, but the drive shaft going to the front end drives all the time. So it's not like if you had a standard 4-wheel drive like Corey's Jeep or like standard pickup truck.
Yeah.
That the drive shaft to the front transfer case only engages when you put it in 4-low or 4-high.
Right.
That Jeep is engaged 100% of the time.
All the time.
It's like
that runs the
It's like a Subaru all-wheel drive or a standard. It's not. It's an all-wheel drive until it needs it, and I think the way the Jeeps work is that they have a sensor in them that detects the slip and it converts it to 4-high when it needs it. So he should have a low range somewhere in there to get to the low range, like that he can still get to a low range, because it is a true 4x4, so it has to have 4-high somehow. And I think it has sensors in it that sense when it needs to go between all-wheel drive and 4-high.
I did 80 down here, and when you're up to speed, you can't. It doesn't do it.
But it's only on the way up.
It's only on the way up. It's only acceleration, like 30 mile. The best part about all this is Ian and Tanner are going to watch the podcast, and I won't have to explain any of this shit.
Now they can just know.
I'll get a text from Ian, and he'll be like, do.
Yeah.
That's like our first sweepstakes. Like $50 to whoever can diagnose the Jeep.
Yeah.
That's all we should do. Yeah.
There we go with cash money.
This is how we do this.
Cash out, PayPal, then.
We'll allow you to be a free guest on the show if you can diagnose the Jeep.
Yeah. Comment below.
There you go.
Yeah. Like and subscribe. Yeah. Yeah. And that's what year is that?
11.
11. Yeah.
And it's the 70th anniversary edition. That seems to vary with certain things. Like if you go and get a 2011 Jeep Grand Cherokee, I always make sure I tell them that's the 70th, because there's certain things on that seem to be unique. Like for instance, just now, like with new hub, what did I just put on?
The brake
calibers.
Yeah.
Like they said, well, they're 17-inch rims. I'm like, no, they're not. They're 20s.
Oh, so
well, there is no such thing as a 20-inch rim on that. No, the aftermarket. I'm like, no, they're fat. So something like that.
Yeah.
There's things you have to know about it.
70th anniversary. Yeah, I wonder how many of those were made.
Do you know?
I would love to know that answer.
I know, right?
Do you know where the very first Jeeps were made? This is a great.
Wait.
Germany.
I think no. Wait a minute. I think it's a Switzerland thing, isn't it?
Nope.
Oh, really? Wait a minute. A Fiat
Belgium.
thing. It's a Fiat thing.
Not the first Jeep. The very first Jeeps were built in Butler, Pennsylvania.
What the fuck? Are you serious?
No shit. When you go to Butler, PA, or no, is it Butler? I might be wrong. It might be Jonestown. Where's get Elisa? Was the first Jeep built in Butler? Yes, the first Jeeps were built in Butler, PA, and the plant where they built them is still there. Now they don't build Jeeps there anymore, but it's like a historical landmark. The very first Willys were built in Butler.
Yeah.
He just wants to say butt.
Yeah.
I really wanted to say butt and Willie. I got butt and Willie into one conversation.
There's a lot of shit built up here, man. I'm telling you. This was the factory state. Swear to God. Yeah.
Who knew we were going that direction?
Yeah. I didn't.
But
yeah.
Do we ever have
Willie.
a direction?
Yeah. All right, let's change this up a little bit.
Where are we going now?
Well, all right, so what's his name? Oh, old Zuckerberg's nemesis.
Mark Zuckerberg.
His nemesis.
Elon Musk.
So he wants to go to Mars, right? Everybody's going to Mars here.
One-way ticket.
Yep. That's what he says.
Yep.
So yesterday, they all came out of the simulator at NASA. These motherfuckers have been in there for a year.
What?
Yep, they just walked out
like
yesterday.
379 days.
Yep. They came out of there yesterday. Yeah. And what was the goal of that? They were going to put them on. They put them on this fucking diet now, and it's 3D printed. And when they show this hanger, basically, now one article I read said it was 17,000 square feet. Another one said 1,700 square feet.
A little difference there.
Yeah, I mean, I would assume it's the 17,000 one, but anyway.
They really need to take the helium out of this system.
Oh, Marvin the Martian.
Marvin the
That's how it is.
So, what was the 3D printing?
I would assume like the red planet, the rocks and the crap.
Oh, I see.
I would assume that, but I don't know because they didn't elaborate any more than that. But the whole spiel was their diet. So this was their diet. They had to go in, and what they said was it was let me see here. It was a meal plan for utilizing resources. You could you could use up these resources just as fast as it runs through your body. To go back into waste to make more product, basically.
Have you ever seen the Pauly Shore movie Biodome? Because it sounds like this is...
Yes, I have, and that's where I was at with that. But with that being said, they were saying with the right meal plan, and they have 2 more coming here soon, that they can go intergalactic, basically. They can go anywhere in the world. Now, who's coming home? Probably nobody. Because
they said that, yeah.
Yeah, because you can make your own food and shit and make more food and shit and make more food as you go along, but fuel the rocket to come back is not possible yet.
So they eat their own shit?
No. That is compost, and they just carry the seed. Yeah. That's basically what you're doing. You're carrying the seed along with you, and you're composting.
Oh, it's just to be this right. So you eat the seeds, and it just kind of goes
in a bucket, and they're turning that piss back into water. They're doing all this stuff to where your shit is going to be compost to turn into dirt. And
that was that. What was the movie with the guy who was by himself on Mars? And I don't remember the stuff, but he did all that shit out there in that Mars compost.
That is,
yeah. He got stuck out there all on his own, and he was there forever, and they eventually had to come get him. But he was composting his own shit and growing potatoes and stuff.
They actually said that though. They said we can go to any world out there. Yeah.
Well, the only problem is you can go to any world, but there's another piece of reality, right? Like, we can't travel that fast. So we may be able to get anywhere, but like the nearest, like the next solar system is like 300 light years away or something. But like, ain't nobody living that long, and we still ain't going the speed of light.
Well, that's why they're doing these diets, because it don't matter about the speed of how you get there.
Well, the problem is, like, you ain't gonna live that long, so we can be making babies on the flight. Yeah, like, and then you're gonna have to worry about, like, you're gonna have to make sure you have enough people that you don't have like crossbreeding, or when we get there, we're gonna look like Deliverance.
Or maybe, but well, that might be the next to experiment. Well, nobody thought that much through that, but
I think we need to start thinking about it.
That's very possibility.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
Interbreeding on this space shuttle. That's going to be a problem.
There will be banjos on that damn.
There will be banjos.
but I mean, it makes sense, you know, if you got the right meal plan.
You got pretty teeth.
Yeah. It don't matter how long it takes you to get there, as long as you can damn get there. Ever how many generations it is. And take a slew of people. You know, take a slew of them. You know, take Millerstown with you.
No, but I can think of a lot of people I wouldn't mind sending.
We're already messed up here, ain't we?
Can I pick the list?
It's funny. You know, the valley I preach about, you know, the Black Cloud. Well, come to find out, they're all kin down there.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was like, what? You would never have thought. Well, she called me boy for 2 years. Thought I was a Mexican for a year. Yeah. Yeah. She knew my name.
You thought I was 62, so your impression of things, like
I'm not like that. Now, let me tell you my damn family history. I'm telling you, it goes about like that. I mean, anybody's does when you dip back in. You know, we used to have barn raisins back in North Carolina. So we lived over here and they lived over there. Well, they would come over here and we'd have a barn raising. And they'd raise the barn up. Well, then you go have a dance to celebrate the barn raising, and then you just got these two families, you know, and then you created a city, you know, out of all these people.
So one night, podcast night.
Oh, easy, Corey.
I will bring my Uncle Jim did the whole ancestry thing.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
And,
how far back did it go?
Like,
is there an airplane coming through?
4 of those tables over there. He sent me this packet, and you open it up.
So you just keep opening it. So
give me a timeline, a family tree timeline.
Yep.
Corey goes all the way back to Adam.
But I think if I remember correctly, I think it goes back to like the 1600s,
Wow.
1700s.
Wow.
Like, he went all out, and it's a big, he's like, I sent you something in the mail. And it's cool. Like, and there's not just from, because my dad and my Uncle Jim are brothers, obviously, but they were adopted by my grandmother. So it's his biological parents.
So it's not the adopted parents, or is it both?
And both.
Oh, that's badass.
Yeah, it's cool.
That is badass.
Yeah. We can just put some tables together, and it's like, it's neat.
I told my brother growing up that I knew I was adopted because my parents wanted me. That's pretty bad. My one friend who passed away and we got his Mustang, he actually had an ancestry thing done, and he was able to trace his family, and it really wasn't that far back. It was like the 3rd generation was from England, and they came over here. His last name was Inslee, and there was some kind of tie to royalty in his family. Like, they weren't like kings and queens, but they were like in with that family, so they were like really high end, and that's how they ended up over here. They got a preferential seat on the boat, and I thought that was pretty badass.
And they give them land too and stuff like that. Which I just learned too, actually, off of Long Island. There's actually a large plot of land, like that's an island there, that's given to the family by the one king of England, I think it was.
Oh, wow.
And to this day, it's still privately owned. It's worth hundreds of $millions because right at the tip of Long Island, but it's still privately owned by that family. It's been in that family for generations. I can't remember the name of it, though.
Yeah, why would you sell it?
No, yeah.
No, well, yeah, they never will. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. That history stuff like that, like, to me, is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think it is.
But I'll get it out. I'll bring it next week and we can check it out. Like it's neat.
That would be cool. Ooh.
Like people in Civil War, and it's pretty cool.
So, what's your main, like, country you guys from? You're from, like, what's your blood?
If I remember correctly, it's like equal Germany and Ireland.
It's pretty common around this area.
Yeah.
Yep.
That explains why I'm always like fascinated by Ireland. I want to go there. And
I know you guys are going to be surprised. I know you're going to be surprised, but I'm gonna tell you this.
I'm taking a guess,
and I don't want you to judge me.
Yeah, let me guess. That's what I got.
I bet I can guess.
I'm part Polish.
Yeah, part Polish.
So I got a great Polak joke I have to tell this. So girl gets on an airplane and she's sitting next to this guy, and the guy says, "What are you doing?" And she says, "I'm reading a book." And he says, "Oh, really?" She goes, "Yeah." He goes, "What's it about?" And he goes, "It's about the size of men's stuff." Well, I've said we can say men's dicks. So we're not a G-rated show.
No.
And he goes, "Oh, really?" She goes, "Yeah." And she said, "Did you know that Native Americans had the widest girth on average of anyone?" He goes, "That's interesting."
Yeah.
And she said, "And Polish men have the longest of anyone." He goes, "That's interesting." And she goes, "I'm sorry, I'm rude. What's your name?" He goes, "Tonto Grabowski."
All right, that's a good one.
That's good. You just
followed shortly thereafter by bathroom.
Oh, yeah.
That's funny as
Have you ever joined a Mile High Club?
That's the first time I heard that one, Dave. I thought I heard all of them.
I like to surprise you once in a while.
That was good, yeah.
That joke will not make the list of top 20 politically correct jokes of the year.
Not on this channel, no. No. I don't even want to get into politics right now.
Oh my God, no. Me either.
That mug is out to the lunch.
Jeez. Yeah. Like wow.
One of them, man.
350 million people in this country. I guess we're getting into it. 350 million.
I'm not doing it.
Like, come on, man. These are the best who? Like, it's embarrassing.
This is what we got.
Yeah.
All right. So, switching pages here. The temperatures.
Oh my God!
Speaking of how hot it was at the stand this week, and it was okay. So here, I just looked up some shit this week, and me and Jeff, Mr. Tonto Grabowski, was talking about how the hell hot it was.
How hot?
How was it?
Well, this week, let me tell you, Death Valley. They were taking pictures at that damn park. I don't know. I guess it's Death Valley
National Park.
Yeah. And it was 133 degrees, and they were standing there, and they were just clicking pictures. 133.
Yeah, but there's no humidity.
It's still hot. Okay. There's no humidity in my oven at 150 degrees. I ain't crawling in.
That is how the guy described it. He says, like you standing in front of the oven when you open it. That's how he described it.
Jesus.
Yeah, so there was one motorcyclist, and Jeff said it. He said, I thought it. Now, I read the article, and it didn't say he jumped off the bike and went walking or nothing, but Jeff said, well.
I think that's what I read.
Yeah, well, or even seen. Or
but either way, wherever this goes, is
motorcyclist died of heat exposure, and then a little 10-year-old boy, they had him out walking around in Death Valley, hiking. Little 10-year-old boy died Died. Dead.
Because this is what you do when it's 130 degrees. Like my daughter just went on a month-long camping trip out to Colorado, and she's on this thing, and they're camping at 8,000 feet. Yeah. Shout out to those two. Yeah. But they're camping at 8,000 feet above sea level in Colorado, and it's like 70 degrees. Well, but they were sledding on sand dunes. So I had to drive down before they left. I brought one of my little toboggan sleds down to them, and they took a Jetta out, and you got a Jetta. So you got to imagine they packed for a month in this Jetta, and they got all this shit, and I show up with this toboggan. And they're like, "How if we can get this in the car?" So we're like jamming in. Well, that's what they were going to do. They're strapping on the roof, and I'm like, "It ain't gonna make it on the roof." So we jam it in the car on top of all the shit they had packed, and we got it stuffed in there. And Brandon's like, he's like a real tall guy, and he's got the seat back in the car, and we have just in there. And I'm looking in this car, and I'm thinking they're gonna buy shit to bring back, right? Like, because they like to buy wine every state they go to. And so I looked at this sled that I bought when my kids were little. I bought it when we moved into this house 20 years ago, and I bought two of them. I bought two of these black plastic sleds. I've had them forever. And I looked at that sled, and I thought, that ain't fucking making it back. So they're looking at this sled, and and I could see those two were like, ain't no way this is going to fit in there when we bring everything we're going to buy out here. And Colorado's the first stop. So I took them out to dinner at Texas Roadhouse, and we're sitting in there at Texas Roadhouse. I said, "Hey, I was thinking when I looked at you guys putting that sled in there that it's probably gonna be hard to continue to pack that thing as you go along." And they were just sitting there. I said, "If the sled needs to be donated to the sand dunes of Colorado, I'm okay with that." And my daughter smiled and she goes, "We were thinking the exact same thing." And I was like, "Yeah, they were going to come up with some story about how it didn't make it, so I didn't feel bad." But kudos to them. But in this heat, like they're going out there to and I'm thinking the same thing. Like they're staying in a tent. Like, no freaking way.
The news said that the fucking blinds in Phoenix in some of these apartments and townhouses are fucking melting.
Jeez. With the sun rays coming in there even
and they're AC'd on the inside, but it showed pictures and they're all drooping.
You know what's hot? When you are soaking wet at 8:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
James said when he got to work today, it was 110 in the shop.
Well, Elise would have said she was moist.
Yeah, Elise is moist. She's not here for now.
You're lucky we can't hear you. She's going to come buzzing around that corner in a hurry.
She's moister than an oyster.
I just playing.
But what drives me insane is you see people, and it's kind of a public service now too, you see these assholes walking dogs when it's that hot out. And I actually witnessed that. I didn't do it necessarily this week when it's this hot, but a couple weeks ago when it was in the mid-90s. Yep. And this poor dog's walking across this pavement.
Yep.
And just barely, you can tell it's painful to his paws while he's walking. And, of course, the guy got shoes on. He's trotting along. He don't give a shit.
Yep.
But can you imagine being out there with add like an extra 40 degrees to that temperature and these damn these
when we were outside on Sunday, we were working on a hot tub and the cover was on a hot tub while we were doing some of the stuff.
And it's brown.
And it's brown. It's not black. And Charger jumps up on the hot tub cover because he's an idiot and he's got to be in the midst of everything. It was so hot. He was lifting his feet. He couldn't figure out he didn't need to be there. We had to tell him to get off of there. But it was so because he wasn't smart enough to figure it out. But like he looked like he was like one of those gecko lizards. Like he kept like picking a different paw up and put another one down.
And I'm like,
dude, just get off of the freaking hot tub cover. Yeah. Like that'll fix it.
I'm with you. Though.
But like you can't walk a dog. Like I could get him
on the leash. Nowhere to go.
Nope. Nowhere to go. Stuck.
And I'm telling you, Tar probably stuck to the pads.
Oh my God, yeah.
I bet you. Yeah. I can't do it, man. I've had it stuck to my feet. Yep, down south.
Yeah. I'm such a pussy. I would just love to be that guy to be able to hey, asshole, just punch his lights out and take the dog home with me, but I would never. I wouldn't even say anything because I'd freaking my ass kicked.
Yeah, see, I'm the guy.
That's true. I do have Robert to do that.
I'm the guy that I'm the guy that stops and calls them out, like when they're mowing grass and they're blowing grass in the road.
Oh, that shit too. Yeah.
I stop and go back when I'm on a motorcycle to have a conversation, and I'm never a jerk. Like at least initially. Now, some people, like the one guy that lives out by me that said, yeah, I do it on purpose because it's convenient. I've always been doing it. I'm a jerk to them. But to most people, like I'm like, because I think most people don't know, like how slippery it is for a motorcycle on grass clipping.
Life changing.
But and most people, when you tell them, they're like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know."
They don't think about it. I mean, me, I've never been on a bike and never will be on a bike. Yep. I respect bikers, and I realize like that. You come flying around a corner, it takes nothing to hit a patch of that grass.
Nope, and it's like hitting a nice. Yep.
That's speaking up, but you know, I'm sitting at home now at the farm. I've got antenna, and a lot of people don't know a lot.
We talked about this last week.
Yeah. So a lot of people don't know a lot about antennas, and on your TV and stuff. Nowadays, you know, everybody's got Wi-Fi's and streaming and stuff like that. But at the farm, I run an antenna. And it's something about the locals now. I'm sitting back and I'm watching Barney Fife. Swear to God.
Me TV.
And then, and then all of a sudden, I've got 14 pit bulls, and they're dying of heat exhaustion. And it shows the most terrible thing in the world, and send me $19 a month.
I'm Sarah McLachlan.
Oh yeah,
I swear to God, you know, and I love them to death, and I love every animal in the world, but why are you just destroying me for fucking 10 minutes? And these goddamn commercials are long.
Yeah,
long commercials.
Well,
I can't do it.
If you're watching Me TV, 9 times out of 10, you're up in age.
I'm not up in age for one.
And you're a target.
I am so
audience.
You're exactly right. You're a target.
I'm not 62.
You know the other target audience is when the commercials come on at 1:15 and 1:30 in the morning. And you've been drinking, and all of a sudden the infomercials start coming on, and you think, I need that. And then you don't remember because you've been drinking. Yeah. So you order this shit, and then like 7 days later, shit starts showing up at the house. And you're like, I don't remember ordering this. And then
a whole case of Agar shows up.
If you ever call, like when you're ordering this shit, like there's also, because the other thing I learned in my drunken stupor when I used to do stuff was you never call. You always do it online. Because, you know, when you call, it says, oh, well, since you're on the phone, if you would like this with free shipping, press 1. And then not only did I get whatever I called into order, but I got like 8 other things that I had no idea I really needed, but it sounded like a good idea at the moment.
So what Jeff's saying is, at one point in time, he was the top purchaser on Home Shopping Network.
I don't know if it was Home Shopping Network or it was general infomercial.
Is that even a thing?
Adam and Eve.
I don't know, but why are these? What's that toy that's in a sock? I think it might be a toy. I don't know what that is.
With antenna now, you get
Jeff,
QVC.
It is a Bluetooth speaker.
Yeah, it is. That's what everybody else thinks. That was so Elisa joined this. I don't know what it was. She bought tickets for this thing. She was trying to win something, and she won this. I don't even know what it's called. It's some kind of sex toy, and she wins this thing, and she's like,
it's a pocket.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. A pocket. You can fill the other thing, and it begins with a P. We can all figure it out. Yeah. And so it comes to the house, and she's like, "This is a you toy." I'm like, it could be a wee toy. It's a me toy. So we get this thing, and it does. It looks like a little Bluetooth speaker. So this thing shows up, and it's on top of a wine rack at home. It's been there now for like a year and a half. And
don't forget the night that you unboxed it.
Oh my God!
No. Mom comes over and she bitches about the kegerator in the living room. She don't say shit.
She has no clue. She has no clue that on top of the wine rack there's a pocket pussy.
A pocket pussy on top of the wine rack.
Jeffrey, why ain't this speaker playing?
Why doesn't it make noise? Hit that little power button on the top. It'll make lots of noise.
Sit on.
Bitch will walk across the table.
Hey, yeah, I love it. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know, but antenna comes with all that. The QVC, the HSN, it comes with more shit right now. If you got Wi-Fi, so you don't have nowadays, you don't even have to have cable, so you just get Wi-Fi. And then you get this little tiny little thing, and it'll get you all your locals and all that same shit I got now, basically, but it records it into and you can DVD it.
It's like a DVR.
Yeah, DVR. Yeah, you can DVR it and all that stuff now, and it's one cost of like $40, and then shoot, you can record anything local that you want to have and races and all that crap. But if you're streaming like we are, there's no sense in cable anymore.
The problem is you can't stream local channels.
No,
and that just drives me insane.
That is that little device now.
But you can stream like I have Hulu Live.
You got to pay for it.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
I mean, if you do the antenna, you do it the freeway.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
But you're not going to.
But you can't stream them for free.
You're not going to record it.
See, I get all the local channels, but they're all from Philly.
Yeah,
they're not Harrisburg.
Nope.
Okay, I can stream like on like news now if I want to watch local news. There's some Harrisburg stations on that, but
have you tried? What antennas have you tried?
0.
Oh, see,
I have one antenna in the back garage.
I have a 1970s, maybe even earlier than that I got off a woman's barn that's hooked to my mobile home, and I bet I got. Laura could tell you. I bet I got 30 channels.
You get like, let's say 27. You get like 27.2.
Oh, yeah. I got 8. How's it go in order? 8,
15,
21. Well,
27,
8,
33,
15, 19.
43.
I got 19.
What's 19?
I got 19s are the same thing kind of as 21s or 27s. I can't remember, but it's the same thing. But I got 8, 15s. 19s, 21s, 27s, 33s, 43s, and 49s.
Okay.
Yeah.
And 49s out of like Williamsport or Scranton.
Yeah, we're burning in the gates of hell. Yep. Every day.
Every day.
But that's 3 channels of 49. So, yeah.
I shook into that.
Yeah.
That's relatively cheap.
Really. And don't ever, and I'm telling you, so her brother, he got this little thing that says it picks up all your digital channels. And I bet I've bought, ask Laura how many I've bought after we get done tonight, how many different antennas I've bought for HD TV. And I'm guessing 4 different ones that I've bought that are like $50 to $150. And you got to point them this way. This motherfucker's from 1967, 1977.
It's not just that we're going to find something like that.
It's one of those big giant ones. You know, that fucking thing's probably 7 foot long, 5 foot wide. I stuck it in the back of my Ranger. I took it off top of her barn because I built a bathroom for her. And I walked out one day and I said, "What are you doing with that antenna?" She said, "That was Daddy's. You can have it." And I put it in the back of my Ranger, and I went home from Lloydsville all the way to fucking.
Can you imagine driving down there and seeing some guy come?
There's Chris coming by. Guy looks like he's out there trying to sail a boat.
Speaking of UFOs,
it was the same damn antenna. If you go to Lowe's and buy it, and it says HD TV, it's the same fucking antenna that you're going to buy, but it's one of those big ones with all the little aluminum little fins on.
We had one of them when I was in. That had the flat wire that came in with 2 prongs on each side.
Yeah, it just went peep.
Yep.
And it's just little tubes, man.
I had one on the side of the house when I moved out there in Perryville. I was telling Chris I hooked it into because I had my receiver downstairs was an old component system, and you could run those wires into an antenna input, and I could actually get YSP and MMR off of that big antenna. On FM signals. So I used to be at 94.1 YSP. It actually overrode 94KX's signal on that big antenna and came in.
I've got this on a 7-year-old, 5, 6, 7-year-old, huge ass damn TV that just picks them up. I don't know.
I would love to do something like that. I mean, because I like to watch local channels. If there's local games on or something like that, stuff you can't get.
Yep.
Yeah, because I mean, I don't have any type of TV service. I stream everything.
That's me.
Yeah.
Same way.
Yep.
Yeah.
I did the Hulu Live, so I have that. So
that's
Okay.
That's your
not
local.
that expensive.
it's I think it's $80 a month for the Hulu Live.
See, that's
so.
where you lose me.
Nah, that's kind of expensive. I thought it was cheaper than that.
Yeah. I just don't.
Yeah, by the time you pay for that, and you pay for your internet.
I know.
Which I pay for that anyway. But then,
But you paid for your internet anyway.
Yeah.
And I was paying $180 a month for my cable. So now I'm paying $80 for Hulu Live, and I get everything out the cable.
So I was running $211 here, okay, for all the channels and all that crap, and then I dropped every channel and just went to internet.
I'm telling you, you need
saved me
that box.
I know that, but
box.
I dropped $111 because it went to straight $100, and it was the good internet and it was the better box. And then once you add Hulu at the farm and all this crap that she got, but still, I was saving like $60-$70.
Sure.
Yeah. And then you throw a freaking antenna on there to where I just pick up my damn channel 8, my Tom Russell on 21.
And that's what burns my ass, because these channels, if I had an antenna, I get them for free.
I know.
Yeah.
Why in the hell do I have to pay for it when I go through some service?
Just because you have internet. Hey, if you want to stream it, pay us $6.
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah. No.
Bend over.
And the funny thing is, now this is the funny thing about this antenna. So now in the valley, and like Jeff Valley, and it's the same thing. So the view he has, he's kind of in that valley there. And you would think we need to stick that antenna way up in the air and we could get everything, right? Right?
Look at Chinese stations.
Yeah. Konnichiwa. So,
I'm going to intercept Russia's transmissions.
Yeah, you would think that, right? Yeah, but my antenna, I can hit my head on it. If you stick it way up in the air, you don't get shit. Yeah, I stick it's 6 foot freaking off the ground, and I can pick up everything. If I stick it above my mobile home, I don't get half of that. It's the
That is interesting.
thing. I don't know. What, and that stupid neighbor of mine, that crazy bastard, he said when I bought the property, he said the guy had it sitting on the ground. He could pick up all kinds of shit. So I tried it one day, and that was for the Super Bowl. We had a Super Bowl party there. We used to have Oktoberfest and shit there. But for the Super Bowl, I set the fucker on the ground. Boom. It come in beautiful.
You got a booster on
the
it?
Ground. No.
So
I
we had the
tried
camper.
a booster. I tried a booster on
Did you
there.
try?
Yeah, and the guy that runs used to run Burns down here, and they used to do the satellites and the antennas and all this stuff. He said, "You're a fool if you down put that booster on there." He said, "Take that booster off there." He said, "Do this," and that's what we did, and that's what we've been doing ever since.
Yeah, because when we had the camper, we had an antenna and didn't get crap, and then I'm like, flip the booster on it,
And then boom.
bam.
And we were the opposite. We lost everything with the booster.
Huh.
Maybe I had it wired backwards. It's probably like the hot tub right now.
What is it?
814.
Yeah.
Oh, we good?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. So, yeah. Another good week here.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic week.
God almighty.
We're hoping Dave's going to come a regular. That would be
right?
good.
Suck me right into this here. I have so much fun with this. Hopefully the Jeep goes better too.
Yeah. We'll find out more.
Dave's a regular until the Jeep gets fixed.
Stay
Peace out.
All right. Yeah.
I don't know
Thank
if I
you,
want to
Dave.
fix the Jeep, man. If it's going to jet with
No, I would never do. I would never do that to you guys. You guys are great.
Yeah, just keep the Jeep coming.
You guys are great. I'd never do that.
Yeah. All right. Hit me, Jeffrey. Yeah. Let me run this outro right quick, fellas. Everybody, come out to Laura Mays this week for one. Love your veterans. Please love your veterans. And get out there and try to build a community. Love your community. Build your community. Amen. And if you got any elderly in your life, take care of them. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, especially in this heat. Check in on them.
Yeah.
We love
Check in on them and make sure they're okay.
Yeah, we love all of you. Like, subscribe, leave a comment. Corey, me, Jeff, and thank you again, Dave.
Yeah,
Come
thanks,
back
Dave.
every week, Dave. And
And hey, don't remember it was 4th of July.
Yeah.
Thank you, vets. We wouldn't have it if it wasn't for them.
Amen.
Amen. Amen. Yeah. See y'all next week.
Peace.